Hi guys, welcome to the channel of love and the journey of a session. We're going to have a session, okay, yes. Because I was enjoying relaxing and the message come through was like, don't relax too much. It's like, have you forgot your priorities? It's like, seriously. Okay, but I want to go and get a few things like a match to light that candle, my glasses. I had my coffee. My coffee was at the table waiting. I realised my coffee was missing as I was relaxing. And I just received the message to do a reading. Anyway. Okay, what else do I need? Oh, I feel like I'm going to sneeze. That come through earlier on. I had a sneeze coming through. On the fourth strike. Make a wish. Sorry if that's loud. Glasses. Reading glasses. You know, the song that I'm singing in my mind is It Had to Be You. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. It had to be you. Hand cream. I need some hand cream. My hands feel a bit dry. Well, let's see a ruler in. She gave a little meow as she came in. Okay, are we sorted now? Yes, I think so. I'm going to use a Druid Craft Tarot. Yes, they're called the Druid Craft Tarot. What's going on with the words and getting our words all mixed up. Okay, let's relax. Chillax. Chillax. Don't do it when you want to go to it. Relax. Don't do it when you want to come. Okay. I was going to say my coffee's lukewarm. Is the energy lukewarm? Oh, this was coming through earlier about it feeling like a stalemate or a checkmate, and I could see, well, I couldn't see the piece because I don't really know the chest pieces, but I believe that there's a queen, is there? And I saw the queen taking out the king. Okay, checkmate. So we're using the Druid Craft Tarot. That's the Three of Swords in reverse. We had that card earlier. I want to give you that card, you that card, you that card, you that card. It's putting together a story. Okay, so this one is the World card. I saw that card. The World card upright. And then we've got these two cards, and that's the story. What we're going to do, we're going to look at the cards, and it's more, not so much say what you see, it's like say what you feel. You can say what you see, but it's more about tapping into how does it make you feel, what does it make you think. But you can say what you see. That's a good starting point. I can see love heart shaped stone that has 3 swords that look like they're like stuck ingrained into this rock. And then we have 3 holes now. And it looks a bit like a ghost, upside down ghost. That's the first thing that I actually saw when I said, say what you see. Felt a bit of a haunted energy. I feel there's 3 holes there. And although they look like eyes that are looking at me now, and like, I'd say that this is like a skull with a crooked smile. I'll show you what I'm seeing just here. And then I feel this is like the top of the head, the skull, and these swords are in there, so it took me to someone having like a twisted mind. Dark thoughts, sharp. And it's like it's hardened the heart. The hearts kind of have these swords that are... Now, I've never looked at the images above the heart here, or below the heart. It looks very dark. And because it's a tree, it's going down right down the centre of the tree here, the tree trunk. So I'd say that this is generational, because the roots go deep. Generational trauma. Mentally unwell, mentally unstable, mentally sick. Sick thoughts. Not sure about the connection here with the divine, seeing as that feels blocked because the heart has hardened. Now, on either side of the tree trunk, there's angelic presence. Looks like this is about to explode. Felt the energy of a volcano. Did you see the lights flicker? That's about to erupt. The pressure. Let's read what this card means. What did you see? What did you feel from the card? First of all, I felt, before I could see the face, I felt that if you was to put your hand within them holes, it's like a booby trap, so the swords would fall and cut off your hand, sever your wrist. And so I'm feeling the energy of someone being a thief, like an energy vampire. They will steal your soul. You're working for the other side. But the divine is surrounding this. You can see the energy. It's like ghosts and demons. There's a bit of a difference to seeing a ghost. You look like you've seen a ghost, or you look like you've seen a demon. The Three of Swords in reverse. Old wounds may be mending. Finally, conflict may be resolved and peace restored in an atmosphere of healing. Let go of sorrow or clear the air in a dispute, accepting your part in the quarrel. A warning of chaos or difficulties. You may be in denial over feelings of jealousy or sorrow. So this creature that's about to erupt. It's like they've kept things under wraps, but that's about to all explode now. What really stuck out here was the part about being in denial over feelings of jealousy or sorrow, acting as if everything's okay when internally it is not. In the mind. The mind has been running away. With dark thoughts. It's like the crows out now. You hear them? Let's have a look at the next card. The Ten of Cups in reverse. The rainbow's upside down. The vision, the family unit, is upside down. And then we have these clay pots. What's coming through though is like waking up the terracotta army. Okay. I was feeling the energy of the masculine in the picture here with his trousers, and I felt as if he had been acting, playing a part, like away from the heart. Ten of Cups in reverse. Let's read the meaning of this card. Excuse me. It was 11:55 on the timer then. The energy doesn't want me to examine this card in too much detail. Everything's been turned on its head. I feel everything's run dry. There's no water coming out of them terracotta pots. Although I felt the energy of them being able, because of their material, to be able to generate water, but it just falls straight back out. And as you can see, it's like the divine has benched when you've been benched. So there's no more supply. I don't know what that sound was. It sounded like a bell. As if, you run out of, you've got an empty reservoir. Ten of Swords in reverse. An opportunity for liberation and change may not last long, so act quickly. The ultimate battle. I'm reading the wrong card. Sorry, I'm reading the Ten of Swords. But I believe that's irrelevant. Ten of Cups in reverse. Problems at home or in a relationship. Children may be leaving home. A dream may be dying. Everything needs to die to make way for the new and for rebirth to occur. Okay, makes sense. And then we have rebirth in reverse. I felt when I said, okay, makes sense, because how can you make sense of something good coming out of such challenging moments? It's not until you're out of that moment that you can experience the rebirth. So problems at home or in a relationship, children may be leaving home, a dream may be dying, everything needs to die to make way for the new and for rebirth to occur. And we've got rebirth in reverse. It's like you're just coming out at a different angle, from a different perspective. Still coming out of the dark, but there still seems to be this block with the energy with the divine, because I feel like you've hit a brick wall. And there's that flash of light again. So if this newborn wants to get down off of that ledge. It's like he could trip. There needs to be stairs there, but they would lead to the divine. This masculine has lack of faith. Little faith. Rebirth in reverse. He's causing his own stagnation, is coming through. Denial of an inner call. Stagnation, there you go, says the word itself there. Procrastination, fear of change. You may be aware that you need to make changes, but you don't know how. Or you may fear the consequences. A period of stagnation, hesitating to commit yourself to a change may lead you to feel as if something is somehow dying within you. Action, therefore, should probably be taken soon. And that's why I felt the energy of being called on. It's like a, don't relax for too long. I heard the calling and I obeyed the call. I followed my intuition, my internal guidance system. Ace of Cups in reverse. I feel the divine has been trying to pour into this cup and it's just wasted. Look, it's just, it's all green in there. Like, envy, jealousy, eating you up. Because I felt that cup was full and overflowing with love. But then it's just envy and jealousy is getting in the way here. Ace of Cups in reverse. This energy every time I pick up the book. Two of Cups is right behind him. Creativity and deeper feelings may elude you at this time, feeling drained of energy or lacking inspiration. You're lacking inspiration because you're choosing not to have faith in spirit. So you're not feeling inspired, and it feels like that reservoir has been blocked. That was the sound that I heard outside when I mentioned about your reservoir's dried up, and it's like the divine has it's not the divine, it's envy, jealousy that's put a block between the divine getting through. Pride and ego is in the way. Creativity and deeper feelings may elude you at this time, feeling drained of energy or lacking inspiration. You might reject an offer of friendship or distance yourself from something that will disturb you emotionally. This could have a positive or negative effect. I felt the intention of the distancing was for it to have like a positive effect on your life, but I believe the opposites may have occurred. It's had a negative effect here, as if something's dying. The Prince of Swords in reverse. The Prince of Swords is that knight in shining armour, the one who just charges forward and takes action, sometimes without thinking, but at least there's movement. He's the fastest moving knight in the deck. The Prince of Swords in reverse. It's a sad, sad situation when sorry seems to be the hardest word. And knowing that that's the only word that was needed was a sorry. It's like the energy of eating this masculine alive, eating him up. The Prince of Swords in reverse. You may need to take care that you are not reacting inappropriately to a situation. You may need to step back and slow down. An aggressive and destructive person, or someone who is simply deluded. Someone who is not to be trusted. A con man, or someone who will abuse confidences or any money you entrust with them. The disruption of travel plans. So this masculine here is facing the reality of his own choices. He's become someone who is not trusted, who is not to be trusted. A con man, or someone who will abuse confidences or any money you entrust with them. The disruption of travel plans. And then we're back to the beginning. Wow. There you go. Let's have a look at the other side. The Ten of Swords in reverse. You know, when I'm looking at the card here, it feels like the energy of trying to get through, like the masculine here, trying to get through to heaven, where the grass is greener, because he's been stabbed in the back so many times. And now he wants access. And again, it's blocked. Artificial grass. The song I'm singing is Always Look on the Bright Side of Life. Can't even get a whistle out. Okay. And I feel the Divine Feminine has always tried to look on the bright side of life, where the masculine has not. Only now he wants to give the bright side of life a try. A try? Oh, we'll give it a try. That's kind of half-hearted attempt at redemption. Ten of Swords in reverse. An opportunity for liberation and change may not last long, so act quickly. Okay, I read this message when I was meant to be reading the Ten of Cups in reverse, and I read that part, and I said it's relevant. The ultimate battle is with an aspect of your inner condition, and now is the time to work with it consciously, perhaps with the clarity of your renewed strength and insight. Okay. The Star in reverse. feel this is the feminine in, well, paradise. What was coming through earlier was that, was like an island, a little island, and paradise, patch of paradise. And the divine feminine, like, wading in the water, but will not really go much deeper than ankle deep. Because before you know it, you'll be up to your neck and out of your depth and find yourself amongst the sharks again. And so it's like, she won't go far. She won't go far into them waters, the depths. She won't go out of her depth. She cannot get out of her depth. She's just called home, back to her paradise, her safe, beautiful sanctuary. But I feel this energy is like really teasing the masculine. Like he really wants it now. So there's something here about needing to come correctly. I sang a song. I sang relax, chillax. Don't do it when you wanna come. It's like, yeah, okay. When you wanna come. Let's read this message, the star, in reverse. Low self-esteem, loss of innocence, losing touch with intuition, waste. I don't feel the feminine here is losing touch with herself ever again. So when the waters of life don't flow, we feel disconnected and our intuition or inner compass seems unable to get back on track. This pile. Which is now dripping over into this pile. A sense of losing or wasting energy. Remember that the waters of life are always there for you, to heal, refresh, and inspire you. If you remove the low self-esteem, jealousy, enviousness, pride and ego. Okay. The world. I thought that card was upright when I saw it. Well, it stands itself in reverse. Magically. Stasis, delay, restriction. I don't know what that word means, or if I'm pronouncing it correctly. The world reversed is the hangman. You may find, that's interesting, isn't it? The world reversed is the hangman. You may find the completion of your work delayed, or that you have to go over some work again. You may simply feel stuck and unable to move forward. Inevitably, movement and completion will follow restriction and stasis. I'm sure you understand what that means. The moon. It's a clearing in the sky. Talking to the moon, trying to get to you, in hopes you're on the other side, talking to me too, or am I a fool? who sits alone, talking to the moon. Got the star, got the moon, got the world. The message. Fear, you can read this with me. Fear is a powerful teacher and ally. If you can walk through the gates of fear, you will arrive at the realm of the goddess, who will bless you with inner vision. Keyword: psychic awakening, dreams, deep revelation of feminine mysteries, withdrawal, facing fears. Let me tell you first, when I was at work today, I just kept hearing, who is the divine feminine? Okay, who is the divine feminine? So I googled, who is, well, I went on YouTube and typed in, who is the divine feminine? And I watched a video by Deepak Chopra. And he was talking about the divine feminine through the ages, should we say that? Through history. But it just said here about the divine feminine mysteries. So I'm going to share that video. I'll pop a link into it in the description box of this video. The words, okay. And I shall share it on the community tab as a community post. Okay. The moon. Let's read this message. Let's get back to reading it. Psychic awakening, dreams, deep revelation of feminine mysteries, withdrawal, facing fears. Meaning, change, imagination, creativity. A difficult emotional journey ahead. Any loneliness or confusion you feel will pass as this phase reaches its natural completion. Becoming aware of material from the unconscious, although upsetting, this could help your creative process. Let yourself be guided by trust, and you will pass through your fear to emerge stronger. Imagination, fantasy, vision, and creative work. This part here, let yourself be guided by trust, and you will pass through your fear to emerge stronger. Okay. Six of Wands, now we're talking. It's like coming through rebirth. Like now you're fully matured. There was something that you needed. You needed this. You needed this. It's like this gave you like the biggest kick up your backside that you needed. I'm taken to like the knee with the green, it's like a green crystal. And this feels like a gentleman who knows his worth. He's not suffering from low self-esteem, put it that way. And he has followers that respect him. Look at the one at the back here, really smiling. He has followers. And he sure looks mighty and proud, and so does the horse. The horse looks proud to carry this masculine, and this bird looks, it's an owl, I think. It might not be, but I felt the energy of the owl, a wise one. He's matured into a wise one. One worthy to be followed. I mean, this is such a different turnaround, a different energy to the other cards. Six of Wands. So somebody's coming out on top. Who's laughing now? Victory, success, fame, and leadership. Okay, just in case you don't believe me. Oh, you do? It's not about believing, it's a knowing. So victory, success, fame, leadership. When somebody asks you if you believe in something, say no. I know something. Okay, it's deeper than a belief, it's a knowing. Success achieved through being a skilled leader. Praise or rewards received are the result of an ability to inspire others. And we spoke about how you become inspired by being in spirit. Okay, there's a big clue within the word itself. You may be asked to take on a leadership role or be looking for this in others. Cooperation and harmony within a family. Successful legal or property transactions or promotion at work. Okay, now we're talking the good talk. You would have to have been talking the good talk to manifest that. As within, so without. It's all a reflection of how you view yourself. What you want, baby, I've got it. Okay, so you've got respect. And we're back to the beginning. How do we get through? Respect. Respect buys you a ticket. Shall we finish with... That was an interesting reading. Let's have a look at the bottom of the deck, the underlying energy. Oh, here he is. The Hangman. So, is this going to be the Hangman in reverse? Is the World card. Well, no, it's the Hangman reverse. The underlying energy here, what we're tapping into. Let's have a look at the meaning. This takes me to what my mum, well, one of the things my mum would say to me, one of the sayings, the quotes. If you've got nothing nice to say, then don't say anything at all. Okay. Looks like this masculine here is having to restrain himself. Inability to surrender, denial of parts of the self, lack of self-awareness or intuition, victimhood. Acting from selfish or ulterior motives. You may be trying your best, but feel vulnerable, so are not acting with full awareness and integrity. Now, I feel that's true. That you may be trying your best, but feeling vulnerable, so are not acting with full awareness and integrity. Because you're feeling vulnerable. There's a lot to face. Feeling like a martyr or victim, feeling ungrounded or bored. Your priorities and your attitude to life may be adversely influencing your situation. Yeah, I'd say so. Oh, by this reading, yeah. Oh my, the energy's heavy. Okay. Let's go to the Oracle of Shadows and Light. That's so interesting, because the whole time these three have been staring at me. I was going to say to you right at the very beginning of the reading, they're on the box here. Let's take a more to this one. The three fates, what comes around. What's coming through is surely we're realising we're just receiving due karma. About the three fates, it's happening again. Many of us have faced difficulty and troubled times in our lives. Sometimes the impact of a negative experience is so profound that it leaves us with physical, mental, and yes, spiritual residue for months, even years, after the actual event. While you're still vibrating, as the three fates put it, to the energy of a negative experience, you tend to repeatedly attract echoes of that same. Let's just have a little break, because I'm not reading the words that are written on the page. While you're still vibrating, as the three fates put it, to the energy of a negative experience, you tend to repeatedly attract echoes of that exact experience. So when you need to be alerted to that fact, the three fates will enter, showing you that this is a karmic pattern that may need to be worked on, understood, and recreated in order to be free of its influence. You may feel there are others in charge of your fate. That's where I felt like things are being blocked, as if you're not in control of your life anymore. You may feel that there are others in charge of your fate, that they are threading the needle, weaving the patterns of the tapestry of your life, even choosing what ends and what begins. When you feel that fate has interceded and that you are not so much in control of your life, but in control of your reaction to what happens in your life, then you are beginning to work with intelligence, maturity, and understanding. I think it's past the pussycats' dinner time, because they're munching on their biscuits. But I really want to repeat this part. When you feel that fate has interceded and that you are not so much in control of your life, but in control of your reaction to what happens in your life, then you are beginning to work with intelligence, maturity, and understanding. When the energies of destiny, fate, and fortune, the three fates depicted so beautifully here, with their ever-turning wheel of karma, understand that it turns and turns, as your life will, through its many themes, again and again. 004444 was on the counter then. When you receive this card in a reading, and most especially if she leaps out to greet you, you will know an old pattern has circled around once again. The three fates speak. Here it is again. That situation, that person, that lesson that you have yet to learn, and that you may spend a lifetime learning. Let's repeat this. Here it is again. That situation, that person, this lesson that you have yet to learn, and that you may spend a lifetime learning. It seems you need another cosmic reminder of something that needs to be cleared and mastered. Letting go is this moment's very important lesson for you to learn. It's even in italics, look. Letting go, and this is this moment's very important lesson for you to learn. We are not suggesting forgetting this lesson, because where's the wisdom in that? We are suggesting that you move on and learn and actively replace this experience with completely different versions of the same theme. No more repeats. This is the opportunity to try something different and see what magic takes place when you vary the approach. You must reconnect with the opportunities you have. Staying attached to old patterns will simply make them come round again, like a thread being spun on our wheel. Learn and be released from this part of the pattern that feels like unjust fate. Divination message. You may have been enjoying your own life's reruns lately. Excuse me. You may have been enjoying your own life's reruns lately, wallowing through the memories and feeling sad, bittersweet and nostalgic about the good old days, whenever they were exactly. You know what? It's fine to muse on the past. Your memories are precious and do need to be tended. But it's another thing altogether to be filled with regret, wishing you'd done things differently. Life is a constant do-over. You get a fresh chance every second you are alive. So stop beating yourself up. You have an opportunity to heal, to clear, to no longer feel sad about the same thing anymore. You can do things differently. You are not a prisoner of how they have always been done. What you have done, even if you judge it to be a mistake, can be reworked and learned from. That is its wisdom. You are so not alone. We all have karmic lessons, themes, stories that seem to repeat. Learn from this. Be aware of what is taking place as a fateful encounter to master life. If you take this approach, you'll be all the richer for learning, wise, free, and able to help others too. Which is your goddamn purpose here in life. God damn you. Well, it seems that God has damned you. Well, I'm sure it's the other way round. I imagine you've damned God and you've cut yourself off from the source of spirit. Hence your lack of inspiration and your increased desperation. There's your message. I love you all dearly. I will speak to you all soon. Until then, take care. Much love. Bye for now.